We watched you lie through your teeth. Look, he said, I've seen the files. He killed himself. I just want you to think about this, okay? Dan Bongino, after talking about this all the time, and you saw him right there in the clip saying, don't let up. Don't let up on the Epstein thing. We got to keep talking about this. None of this makes sense. What you didn't see there is he even went as far as one time on the Tim Pool show, he said, I have it on good authority that Jeffrey Epstein worked for Middle Eastern intelligence. Could be any of those Middle Eastern countries, of course. But so he said all that. Then he goes in there. He says, I've seen the files. He killed himself. That was approximately 2 months before the official position of the administration was that the files don't exist. So he said he's seen the files and he killed himself. And by the way, as you know, because we followed this whole crazy train, right? You know, the end result of it is that the bill passed. The files are to be released. Great.
And they haven't been released. They have ignored what Congress voted on. And that's what I'm saying. The more they prolong the release of the Epstein files, the more guilty this administration looks. I think both sides are on it. I think there's people that are in his administration that are complicit in the Epstein files. I think it's going to bring the whole damn system down. And they can't allow that because then they lose all control and they're all exposed as pedophiles. But, I mean, it's a bad look. Dan Bongino's weak. He's a fraud. He's all talk. He's a fake tough guy, as we call them.
So now we all get to see it, right? I mean, I understand they just missed a deadline, but of course, this administration is that they ran on being the most transparent administration in history, right? So we're going to get all that information. So this will be great. So let's see what Dan Bongino saw. I mean, Dan Bongino, by the way, you're coming back to podcasting now. The files have been declassified. I'm not a lawyer, but pretty sure you can tell us now. It's not classified information anymore. You can tell us exactly what you saw, exactly how you were able to look the American people in the eye and guarantee and promise that he killed himself. And you know that for a fact. I mean, you must have seen some really strong evidence in order to know that for a fact. What we've seen so far is a fake AI image of Epstein attempting to kill himself in some way in his cell, but it was clearly determined that that wasn't a real video. So what is it that you saw, Dan? I mean, look, dude, if you want to come back into this world, in this world here, as you knew before you went into government, in this world, the currency is honesty. The currency is the truth. So tell us, man. You went into government, looked us all in the eye, and made up a big, fat fucking lie that you don't know. And you know it. You know you did that. So now you think you're going to be the one to come back into this, you know, the podcasting game, and you're going to be policing this space, the black pillars? Like, okay.
You know what the funny part is? Before we get to the next clip, Dan actually blocked me on X. I'm just a small dude who, you know, just started this channel, has 400 followers, a small following on X, and he already blocked me. He's literally blocking everyone who used to be his base, which just shows how out of touch both sides truly are. You should know who your base is, man. And, you know, the respectful thing would have been like, to your audience at least, instead of calling them black pill grifters and that you're going to end them, say, hey, I was in a bad situation. I thought I would be able to root out the corruption. I wasn't. My bad, guys. I will make sure to prove from this moment on that I will gain your trust back, because I know I talked a big talk and I know I promised a lot, and I'm sorry I wasn't able to deliver. If you would have said something like that, okay, I will give. It would be understandable to give him a chance, but instead he's just talking hella shit, and he's going against Dave Smith's own kids, bringing up his kids and his family. I wanted to actually read what was said. So actually, no, let's first, before we do the comments on X, this is what it's based off of right here. The other night, his first appearance on This Woman Who No One Knows podcast. Let's see what he says first.
It's a big deal that way. And there's a cost to that. And the cost you see is in, you know, polling numbers around the midterms. You can't let this negative vibe constantly set in. That doesn't mean...
Real quick, sorry for my language, no one gives a fuck about the midterms. If you guys cannot fulfill what you promised to the American people, which you haven't, maybe like 3%, then we don't give a shit about the midterms. Why would we vote for you guys when you have not fulfilled what you said you do? It's simple as that. You're protecting pedophiles. That is the worst kind of look.
Healthy debates about policy are not welcome. Hey, I'm
Well,
not.
here, pause it. So then listen, now this is the other thing that they do. Oh my God, it's so good. So first of all, just watch the trickery and just literally, guys, for a second, just think about how stupid this argument is. What he's saying. He goes, there's a cost to all you guys complaining about this. And the cost is, look at the poll numbers. We're going to get killed in the midterms. Oh, that's.
And then he also says in that clip, I don't know if he played that part, that we don't know what we're talking about and that we're grifters. We don't know what we're talking about, bro. We've been listening to you talk nonstop for the past 4+ years. We're going based off of what you told us. And what you told us is to not believe the narrative. And now you did a 360 and now you're telling us to believe that exact narrative. And you see in the comment section, it's the only people that are defending them are the paid grifters and the old Fox News watching boomers. Besides that, 95% of the comments are just trashing him. Go through anything that Dan Bongino posts right now on X. He is getting absolutely destroyed and ratioed on every post.
It's our fault. It's our fault that you guys took the greatest political opportunity in modern American history when the Democrats were absolutely defeated, down and out on the mat. The Democrats had a 24% approval rating after they pretended that weekend at Bernie's guy was sharp as a tack and then ran the dumbest bitch in the history of politics. They were humiliated for a generation, and you guys fucked up so bad that they're going to win at the end of this year. And that's our fault. That's our fault for criticizing you guys. You, like, the nerve of you, motherfucker. You buried a story about a pedophile. I mean, dude, are you not afraid of God? Like, I mean, the God, he's going to tell me, and look at me and say that my children are embarrassed of me because I'm a podcaster who's an anti-government guy. That's such a shame for their kids to live with. You covered for pedophiles actively. There's probably a bunch of them who are still at large right.
And let's get this black pill conspiracy theory knocked out of the ballpark, because people keep saying it's bad to be a black pillar. I was huge on the red side, red pill all day. And the promises we were not given, you know, AIPAC owning this administration, donors running the policy decisions for every single party, it's really woke me up. And I feel like a black pill is kind of just thinking for your country first, thinking for your family first, not thinking about Israel, not thinking about funding all these wars and bombing and killing of people in different countries with our taxpayer funds. It's talking about putting our country first. We have homeless veterans on the street. We have Americans that could barely get by. And what is our politicians doing on a weekly basis? They are sending billions to Ukraine, billions to Israel. I think there was like a $40 billion Argentina help out or something. I don't know if that was money or food, but regardless, that didn't benefit the farmers here at home. And I feel like this administration promised a lot, but have continued to show they are out of touch with everyday voters and what we're dealing with
right now because of you, Dan Bongino. I would, if I ever did that, literally, dude, just thinking about doing something like that terrifies me to my core that my son would grow up and know that one day.
I don't know. I can smell the black pills on your breath, buddy.
Oh yeah,
had too many for breakfast.
So he's saying, so it's our fault that you guys blew this political opportunity and are going to get creamed in the midterms this year. But then he goes, healthy debate is okay. I'm not a tariff guy. Oh, well, thank you, Dan Bongino. I didn't realize tariffs are something we can have a debate about, but not burying the Epstein files. Thank you. I didn't realize, Dan Bongino, you were in charge. Dan Bongino, do me a favor, and I mean this very sincerely, okay? Oh, just be clear, man. Like, look, we're all the dumb black-pilled people, Dan. So I'm talking right to you, into the camera, okay? Make a list of the things that we are allowed to debate, and then make a list of the things that we're not allowed to debate, and then crumple that list up and shove it up your fucking ass. No one cares if you decide tariffs are okay. What, tariffs are okay, but the wars aren't? The Epstein files aren't?
Love it.
Suck a dick, Dan Bongino. I'm sorry, dude. Like, what are you talking about?
That's how we're all thinking, by the way. You promised, talked a big game, and you delivered on nothing. Here's a prime example of what I'm talking about. You don't have to listen to my words. Let's listen to what Dan has to say. Oh,
A
sorry.
lot of people who are knee deep in the Washington swamp who are not telling you the truth about serious allegations out there that Epstein may have had video and audio of people out there doing things they shouldn't have been doing. And you should be asking yourself the question, how is it that all these people, the CIA director, the Obama fixer, Bill Clinton, all intersected paths with Jeffrey Epstein? Jeffrey Epstein isn't with us anymore, and nobody seems to want to talk about it outside of a few entrepreneurial media outlets saying, hey, this is a big deal.
He killed himself. You want me to I've seen the whole file. He killed himself.
Folks,
no one is buying this. That's what I'm saying at the end of the day. And then before I head out, because this isn't going to be a longer live than the usual, but I will be doing another one later. We should see exactly the type of person Dan Bongino is. I'm going to use him at his own words, but Dave Smith responded to that first interview that Dan Bongino said, and I'll read it for you guys. We all knew you were talking about me. You were just too much of a bitch to say my name. That's wild. You had time to watch all of the debates. What's with all the demands of your work covering up for pedophilia? I agree with. Which will be your legacy? Make no mistakes. And then Dan's response is hilarious that you not only missed the news cycle for the past year, but that you also knew you were the moron referenced in this post. Watching you advertise your dipshitty on a series of debates over the past year was my guilty pleasure while I was working. And then I can't extend the tweet because Dan Bongino blocked me. But he starts talking about his family, guys, and that's not conservative values at all. And I really think Dan Bongino has exposed himself fully, and I don't think there's coming back from this. And then he brings up his kids and family and says, your family and kids must be ecstatic that their last name is Smith, so they can blend in with the millions of other Smiths out there and pretend that they don't know you. Imagine being dumb enough to post what you just did publicly, and then pretend it isn't copium. You're scared. I can smell you from here. Now go get your shine box like I told you. Who talks like this? This is just embarrassing. That anyone can, and it's just crazy that anyone's actually defending them. Yes, I agree. Love Dave Smith, Tucker, Candace, Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly has been getting black pill lately, and I never thought I would see that day. But yeah, I agree. Bongino is a dirtbag, the biggest dirtbag. But I think his career's toast. But that's just my opinion. But I will be doing a live later and a music reaction. I hope all new people that are watching this, please subscribe, like, comment. Let me know if there's anything you want me to discuss in the future. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.